Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Life has been lifing, but I'm back. I have on my Atlanta Falcons jersey, first because NFL preseason football is upon us. Secondly, because Atlanta is a hot mess all the time. And third, because we're going to talk about a hot mess and what's going on with Jayden Daniels and this whole number 5 thing. Okay, so let's table set. Jayden Daniels won the Heisman while playing for LSU in 2023. Bryan Kelly was the coach at the time, and apparently Bryan Kelly promised Jayden Daniels that he would not use his number 5 again. Now, LSU did not officially retire the number. Apparently there's a process for that, and a certain number of years have to elapse once the athlete leaves the university before that can happen. So they didn't retire the number. So as far as I can tell, it's just Bryan Kelly making promises to Jayden Daniels. Well, as it turns out, Bryan Kelly also made a promise to a recruit named DJ Pickett that he would be able to wear number 5. DJ Pickett came to LSU. When it was time for him to be assigned the number 5, Bryan Kelly reached out to Jayden Daniels saying, hey, we got this dude wants to wear your number 5. Jayden is like, nope, number 5 is for me. Bryan Kelly honored that. Pickett ended up in number 3 last year. Well, as we know, Bryan Kelly didn't make it all of last year. All right. So now we have Lane Kiffin, who decided to honor the commitment to DJ Pickett to wear number 5. Okay. And somebody got mad about it. I don't know if it was Jayden Daniels who got mad. I don't know if it was his mama who got mad. I don't know who got mad. Now, Jayden Daniels' mother is an NFL agent and serves as Jayden's agent and his manager. Okay? So, Daniel sniffs that Pickett is going to be wearing number 5, and somebody decided that the right course of action was to call the lawyers and send a cease and desist letter to LSU, demanding that LSU stop use of Daniels' NIL, his name, image, and likeness. Okay? Now, it is not clear at all that the number 5 is Jayden Daniels' NIL. It's the number 5. Okay? It is not exclusively committed to that individual. So even if LSU stops using all the NIL, that does not mean they have to stop using the number 5. Anyway, they sent the letter saying stop using the NIL, and it appears that LSU is continuing to sell whatever they were selling before anyway. Okay, so but really what this is about is Bryan Kelly being shady and breaking promises to everybody. So Bryan Kelly promises Jayden Daniels, I'm not going to let anybody wear your number 5. Bryan Kelly tells DJ Pickett, when you come to LSU, I'm going to let you wear number 5. Both things cannot be true at the same time. So there was no way for him to keep his full commitment to both players. See, I got on my Atlanta jersey because that's just a hot mess. Okay. So anyway, apparently the number 5 was so important to DJ Pickett that when he renegotiated his NIL deal this year, he negotiated in wearing number 5. Okay? Now, LSU, with respect to that cease and desist, LSU if they determine that they do not have the right to continue to use his NIL, they can still use the facts around Jayden Daniels being an LSU player, being in an LSU jersey, Jayden Daniels winning the Heisman. They can still make those facts public and known and use those facts, those historical truths. They do not have to remove Jayden Daniels from the records in order to not commercialize his NIL. All right, so that's the lay of the land. Now, should Daniels have gotten so bent out of shape? I had a couple thoughts. Maybe he felt disrespected because apparently they made the same promise to Joe Burrows in number 9, and Burrows' number has not been reissued. Burrow's number has not been retired. It simply has not been reissued. So maybe he felt some kind of way. It's like, wait a minute, why are you using my number 5, but you're not using Burrow's number 9? So maybe. On the other hand, Daniels knew that Pickett wanted number 5 because Bryan Kelly came to him last year and said, can I have number 5? Okay. And Daniel said no. So he was not unaware. This did not spring up out of no place. And from Daniel's perspective. Okay. Why did they send a cease and desist? So I've thought about this, and I can't find a compelling reason other than somebody got butthurt. They were just mad that Bryan Kelly was shady and that Bryan Kelly's oral promise was not honored by LSU and Lane Kiffin. That's the only reason I can think that they would send this letter. Okay. It's not clear that the letter would have any impact at all on the number 5, though. So it's not even clear what the purpose of the letter was from that perspective. Now, was LSU wrong? Okay. Bryan Kelly was shady because he talked out both sides of his neck. He could not keep both commitments to both athletes, and he knew that when he did that. So Bryan Kelly was wrong. Now, what about Lane Kiffin, who stays shady, but I don't think is really shady in this case because the promise was not made by Kiffin. The promise was not made by LSU. The promise was made apparently by Bryan Kelly. So Kiffin is like, look, Kelly had an oral arrangement with Jayden Daniels, which I did not have. I'm not breaking a promise that I didn't make. My guy, who I'm concerned about now, is DJ Pickett. And so I want my guy to wear number 5. My guy wants to wear number 5 so much he put it into his agreement. And so my guy, from Lane Kiffin's perspective, was like, is DJ Pickett. He gets to wear number 5. I don't really think that Lane Kiffin is wrong. Okay. But query, what exactly did the Daniels camp think was going to happen once they sent that letter? So I think they just overestimated the reputational harm they thought that LSU would face in light of the allegations around the misuse of the number 5. They thought that there would first be harm, that LSU would be shamed, and that LSU would back up because they didn't want to be seen as turncoats and not keeping their word. Okay. I'm speculating, of course. I don't have any insight into the Daniels camp. Okay. In any event, my speculation is not unreasonable, and none of that happened. So they're overplaying their hand. So what do I think that the Daniels camp should do now? And I know that Jayden's trying to do this, but what do I think that they should do? Shh. Be quiet. Let Jayden take that roasting that he's taken in the press with other sports teams. Just hope that we just stop talking about it. Don't say anything else. Don't send any more letters. Don't ask for the Heisman back. Just let it ride on out. Anyway, that's what I think. Let me know your thoughts. Take care.